go by the name Strangeloop, and welcome to the very first episode of my show, The Void. So if you have a strong motivation and reward to do anything, like if you're getting paid to do it, if you are soothing a baby who's crying, or if you know that what you do is going to make a loved one happy, deciding to act feels like a no-brainer. The follow-through is pretty easy because the motivation and the reward are obvious and strong. But so often in life we face situations with weak motivation and reward. If you want to sweep the floor because you want the floor to be clean, your reward for that might be that you feel slightly accomplished or slightly relieved that it's not so dirty anymore, and then you probably move on to the next task. If you skip sweeping the floor, or in other words, if you choose inaction, there's also probably very little consequence. Okay, so your floor is a little dirty. It only becomes a big deal over a long period of time. What I've learned recently, and why I want to discuss inaction today and how it has affected me personally, is that when inaction compounds like that, it's not only my dirty floor or what have you that's changing over time, it's my view of myself. Inaction directly shapes my, and maybe your, beliefs about ourselves, which is at the core of our identities. And then, in turn, those beliefs directly affect the future action or inaction that we take. So over time, the person who never swept their floor sees themselves as a messy or dirty person, all because of this very long case of inaction. And you could say the same thing about action. The person who sweeps their floor every day over time might see themselves as a clean, neat person. But for me personally, it's been inaction that has compounded and led to some negative beliefs about myself. And I'm tired of letting this happen in different areas of my life because it's detrimental to what I want to accomplish before I die. I recently read a great book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and in it he discusses identity-based goals. And what that is instead of your typical goal like to direct a feature film, an identity-based goal instead would first ask the question, what kind of person directs a feature film? So if I list those qualities and I wouldn't describe myself in these words, my goal becomes to learn to embody these traits. It makes me think of all the many times that I wanted to do something positive or make a healthy change in my life and chosen inaction instead. And it makes me wonder, what does that say about my beliefs about myself, my true identity? If I want to volunteer to support a cause that I'm passionate about, but I never do it, is some part of that inaction because deep down I believe that I'm lazy or that my work wouldn't be of any value, wouldn't matter at all? I think the answer for me is yes. To get slightly meta for a second, the video that you're watching right now is the result of wanting to start a YouTube channel for years, but always choosing inaction until this very moment. So going back to that idea of weak motivation and reward for action, like the very small amount of views and engagement that I would be lucky to get on my very first YouTube video, plus strongly held beliefs about myself that I am inconsistent and that I'm destined to fail, these have been major walls for me that I'm ready to face. So what do you think about all this? Do your beliefs about yourself lead you to act or not act? What are you struggling with acting upon in your life? I'd love to see your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, please consider a like and subscribe. Thank you, I'm Strangeloop, and I'll see you next time.